Hello fellow grinders, it's Fischler here, and today we're gonna play our first NL25 session on the channel. This is going to be a regular thing, maybe not just NL25 but 50 and NL100, but that's it, not higher. I will need to rearrange the tables here. So, we are going to start attacking with the King Queen, not a great board for the opener. A lot of bad turn and river cards can come for him. Let's just switch to big blinds. I prefer seeing the values in big blinds. We can check raise this one because there are a lot of turn and river cards that are going to give us backdoor equity and also help our perceived range. So our perceived range, if you check raise here, contains a lot of draws like gut shots, flush draws, and all these hands like a 9 could give us a straight already. So it's less likely that we are bluffing here when we barrel. And also we have equity with that 9. Now this is not the best run out. Here we have the blocker. That's why I wanted to shove, but because we were screwing around in the beginning with tables and everything, we didn't have a time bank. So that's what I wanted to do. That's what I decided to do. It's pretty hard to talk about the hands and play at the same time. So first I was like, this is not a great rework card, but if you think about it, he can have 10-9, 8-9, 8, 10s. So this is okay. Obviously he's not gonna fold a jack or a flush, but he is gonna fold these hands that I mentioned, and that's gonna be enough. That's gonna be enough for the equity. And we're not gonna attack with the freeze, obviously, because we're 4-way, that's a lot. But the ace-3 is an easy c-bet, 10-jack, check raise because we can have a lot of draws, he can have a lot of draws, and also not gonna fold any overpair or 8x or 9s on the flop. On the turn he could, so that's that, but I'm not gonna check it. Obviously it would just give him a free card. There's not a lot of chance that he's gonna bet, after we check here. So with like queen, jack, or even kings, stuff like that, he's just gonna check behind, take a free card, free equity, pot control, So we need to bet. Ace-9, pretty interesting because I believe we can kind of value bet, like a thin value bet, small size, because he's gonna call us with gut shots, open-enders, flush draws, and I'd rather bet small than just check call, and who knows what size he's gonna use. I don't want to check call a pot bet or something, but this river card is not great for us. So what could we beat? Well, in this size, nothing. I believe this is gonna be a value bet, like a clear, very clear value bet. But yeah, otherwise we could beat some draws, but this way, nah, no way. So I did attack here with the ace king. No action on the flop. In a 3-bet pot, so obviously we're not gonna have a lot of 7s, but he's not gonna know that. In most cases, he's just gonna be like, Alright, I guess that's kind of dangerous. I don't have it. I'm gonna fold. This is NL25, guys. You don't really have to think about your perceived range against most players. Okay, I can check here because actually this should have been a bad either on the flop on the turn or the turn, but yeah, now we're gonna go to showdown. So this is a check because there are not many cards that are gonna be bad for us. It's only the queen. But other than that, even a club is like fine. You know, he's not gonna have a flush that often. But he can fold a lot. So this way that I'm checking, he might make a mistake, you know, with something that is not connected to the board, and he would fold otherwise. Now with the king 6, if we don't have a flush draw, then I would bet. We can bet this 2. He's a fish, so that's why we can bet. He's not gonna be too likely to delay c-bet. A regular might on this king. So I'm just gonna bet big. Try to get a call from a pair. King 10 against a fish. We know he's a fish because he open limped, so I instantly tagged him as a fish. No regular is gonna open limp, let's be honest. So this could be a check because, you know, there's a lot of fold equity. So if I bet, I go bigger, as I did here. Half pot. That's a bit bigger than my normal size. One third pot would be my normal size there. We're obviously going to 4-bet here with the kings. I'm not gonna call in a sandwich. Okay, so this is a good example for this one that we just checked with the king 10. I said it would be a good check because there's a lot of fold equity. Now the aces are kind of the same, but this is a 3-bet pot, so it's not the same, but there's still decent fold equity, so checking might be better so we can make a mistake with some hands that he would fold otherwise. But yeah, because this is a 3-bet pot, he has more pairs and like ace king, king queen, which he would float with anyway. Now we're obviously going to shove for value. A lot of pairs, 10x hands that can call. Ace 10, I'm just gonna call. We could raise as well. And with the ace queen, I'm gonna do the same as I did with the ace 9. Just thin value bet. It's ace 8, the same. My plan is to check back on the river and beat all the draws. Yeah, this is better to shove here because there are a lot of bad river cards, as you can see. But yeah, he already had it. That's no problem, that happens. And also we lost both of these, but that also happens. So that's right, that's not part of the range that we're gonna win against, so that's okay. He's a fish, open limped. I apologize if I miss some action or I don't talk about a hand that I should. Maybe 4 tables will be too much for these sessions, we'll see. Normally I play on 6 fast forward tables, so that's why I thought 4 would be fine. Here we can bet bigger because we have 3-way and there's a fish, and this board is very dangerous, so we need to bet bigger. This is an obvious raise. We don't know if he's a fish or not, so we're gonna continue betting big. Nice. What a cooler. With the ace king, we check the flop because there's a lot of fold equity. Obviously, a lot of hands do not connect with this kind of flop, so I don't want him to fold like 10, 9 and stuff like that. If I check, he might bluff on the turn and or on the river, so that's why I'm checking. Also, it helps him to pick up some more equity on later streets, like this happened here. In the turn, he got some plus equity, so although he didn't bet, he did call. So this is a note we could make, that he didn't attack, so no attack, gut shot. You know, this could be handy because in the next situation like this, you will know that even though you should check on the flop so he can make a mistake, he's not likely to bet with no equity because he did not bet against our missed c-bet with equity. So is he really gonna bet without equity, with like 10-9? Probably not. So because he's not gonna make a mistake with those hands, you'd be better off just making him pay with whatever he can. Even though this is just one hand, but it gives you an idea of his behavior. One or two showdowns like this, and like other than this, and you're pretty good. You have a lot of information, so that's why you should make a note about these. With the king 9, it was a bigger size against the fish and a very connected board, very strong value hand. We're obviously going to make him pay. Queen 9, you can just go to showdown. He's not gonna fold anything better. He could fold like on the flop or the turn some equity, like random hands, like this Jack 7. You know, he can fold his 6 out hand, but that's it. You can just go to showdown. Ace Jack, we had a very similar hand, very similar flop before, but now we even have the heart. We're out of position now, but it's still gonna be a check against the fish, so he can make a mistake with like 6-5 or whatever. King Queen, standard c-bet. There's a decent fold equity here, but not gonna continue. The Ace Jack, I need to check raise here. We're gonna see a lot of checkbacks on the river. And this size is not too big, so it could be like King, Queen, Ace 4, Jack 10 type of hands. And those are going to check on the river. This is in position. Interesting. This shows that it's probably not the weaker part of his range, but he can have some weaker 2-pair hands. Obviously better hands too, but this is just something that we're gonna have to put in. So as you can see, our initial read was good because we said that it's not very strong on the turn, some weak top pair or King X, Jack X. Well, flush draw was there too, it's fine. But yeah, the turn size really told the story. It was just too weak. Here with the 6-5, like we had a situation with Queen High before on similar board that we just went to showdown. Obviously with the 6 high we're just gonna bet because that's not gonna win at showdown, like ever. Okay, we had an Ace king here. We did see bet the flop in a 3-bet pot, which is very standard. We're protecting our hand. We are better than his range, so we're just kind of value betting. He's gonna fold some too. And the turn is kind of a blank. Yeah, he can have like ace-3 or ace-4, but that's it. So when he bets here, we can beat weaker ace-x hands, and also some other floats like king, queen, king, jack, king 10 type of hands. That's about it though. It's not gonna have 10-9 or anything like that. So we're gonna check call here, and on the river we would not check call, no matter the river, except when we have a better hand, when we improve. But that's it. We would not check call here because that's gonna be value. As you can see, he's gonna check these ace highs back, probably the king high hands too. So that's it. We had the sixes. I see bet the flop because we are ahead of his range, and the turn, our usual thin value bet, because we can still beat a lot of draws, and also we can beat some ace high floats, king jack, stuff like that. It's better to bet than to just check back. We can check back and call the river, obviously. We could win some more like that, but he's mostly gonna have draws that will call here anyway. And also there are river cards that we could not call on, you know, like 9, 10, jack, and the diamonds. Those would not be good. This way we are getting some value and protecting our hand. Clear value bet with the queen. It's a limped pot, so he's a fish. Now on the river I'm not gonna bet big. I want him to call with even 8-9 or 8-10. 30-40% is good. If you get a raise, that's not gonna be a bluff. Usually you just got there. Not a lot of players do those kind of bluffs. 8-7 is a call against the 3-bet in position. It's a very nice hand to call with, but this is not a great flop. If someone doesn't see that, either he's a fish and could be check folding, but probably just has something that he is planning to check call with, like pocket tens, you know, pocket queens, stuff like that, ace-5. So I don't think we can make him fold. We could start 2 or 3 battling, but I'm not gonna do that, which is gonna get a lot of calls, a lot. So it doesn't worth it. Well, he even has that, so yeah, you just have to give up. So these session videos are not going to be very long, probably 20 minutes, max 30. Yeah, we could turn into a bluff here, but we can beat some hands. So I'm gonna turn into a bluff when I have a worse hand than this, and check this one because we can beat these ace high hands. So please tell me what you think. I know the audio is not the best. Tell me if it's still enjoyable, or should I get a mic. I'm just gonna fold against an unknown. It's a 3-bet fold. It could be a 3-bet 5-bet against someone we know, against an aggressive regular, but not against an unknown. On NL25, at least. Higher stakes, sure. So yeah, let me know if this was enjoyable, if it was not, what you'd like to see, or if you have any questions, actually any hands you would like me to review, I would be happy to do that on a video. So good luck, and maybe I see you at the tables.